for Thank you so much, Angelique, for being our co-host today. For those of you joining, I'm Anthony Galanti, production manager for Custom Collaborative, and I'm coming to you live from the Garment District, 36th Street and 8th Avenue from New York Embroidery Studio. And for those of you that are just being introduced to Custom Collaborative and our work, Custom Collaborative is a nonprofit entrepreneurship and workforce development organization which trains and empowers women, particularly women from low income and immigrant communities, to start their own fashion businesses, whether that be in design, development, or production. Custom Collaborative is partnered with Garment District Alliance to highlight, support, and revitalize this very important part and heart of NYC. The businesses here in the Garment District provide crucial resources to our fashion industry. And through these ongoing workshops, we'll take you behind the scenes and into Garment District factories, stores, and studios, with the goal to promote shared learning and collaboration among our industry. And today, we're delighted to be at New York Embroidery Studio, truly an innovation leader within our industry. And before we begin, I just want to share that if you have any questions for New York Embroidery Studio or for Custom Collaborative, feel free to send them in the Zoom chat, and we'll do a Q&A at the end of the workshop. So with that, let's begin. New York Embroidery Studio is a full-service surface design studio and manufacturing facility with more capabilities than any other factory of its kind in New York. Owner and creative director Michelle Feinberg brings over 30 years of experience to New York Embroidery Studio and continues to drive its core values of innovation, creativity, and high-quality work. And I want to thank Michelle so much for welcoming us today and hand it over to her. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Great to meet you. I'm Michelle Feinberg, owner of New York Embroidery Studio. Thanks so much, Anthony, and your Garment District Alliance and Custom Collaborative for joining us today. I've been designing embellishments and surface treatments in the Garment Center for 30 years. We started with turn of the century technology, and we've been adding along the way. And I'd love to turn it over to Malad, who can, our art director, who can give you a tour of the factory.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to switch our devices and hand it over to Malad.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Malad. I'm the studio director at New York Embroidery Studio. When you walk into our studio, as the name says it all, it's New York Embroidery. So the first thing you'll see is embroidery machineries that are running. I can talk to you more about what these embroidery machines do. And let me know if I'm going too fast, and I can like slow down a little bit. We do digital embroidery is the fastest way to do it these days, and it can replicate almost the same type of like a hand embroidery. Depends on the embroidery you're looking for. We are also one of the first factories that in the States that has this embroidery machine called Color Reel. Color Reel is an embroidery machine that can translate your artwork that is a rainbow by dyeing the thread while it embroiders to make a seamless shading. It doesn't need multiple threads. It dyes the thread while going through the machine. Let's say this is the artwork, it has a rainbow. This is how it will come out from the embroidery machine. I can show you more the hand-guided machineries. We're not only an embroidery machine, embroidery factory. We also have like hand-guided machineries that has been like 100 years old that still till this day we can recreate work with them. Like for example, we can do smocking. We can do different techniques that are hand guided. Like let's say you want to add a cording into a garment. We can make that. These machineries have been around for like decades. I'll show you more. Michelle, when during the pandemic, when we got hit really bad in the industry, she took on like doing the PPE garments. We started making PPE garments, and we got machineries for that, which is sonic welding for the garments. You know, when you do a PPE, you can't just like do a stitch, a normal stitch, because you're not supposed to get blood into the gowns when you're, you know, it has to be specifically done in a certain way. So these are other techniques that a studio can do, like whether it's zigzag, whether it's pin tucking. Let me show you if there's a pin tuck one right now. We can do roving on like a felting onto a garment and see these different techniques. And jumping from these machineries, we can also do a punch-on. Punch-on is when like you have stud work or pearl work or any type of it's like literally manual. You can see we have all elements, all different elements in the that you can pick from and recreate it with the garment on this punch-on machine. Jumping into a more laser cutting, embossing, debossing, UV printing. This machinery is like a UV print. It prints on leather. It prints on anything that's not like a cotton base or like silk base or natural fabrics. It has to be, you can print on plastic, you can print on leather, you can print on cactus leather. So, and even on metal too. We also can recreate this is our laser cut machine. We've done so many laser cut work for all big brands in the industry. I'll show you some of the, I'm not sure I have one here right now, but yeah, so we do embossing, debossing. Let me show you a coach work. I'm not supposed to like be showing a lot of that stuff, but actually don't have one right now, but embossing, debossing is part of also our specialties. I will take you to the print. Yeah, this is not set up yet, but this is also, we can do 3D printing. We can actually laser metal. We can cut metal. I'll show you a machine here. And if you can see, we have machineries that are specialized in cutting metal. All right.
Is it possible to turn the camera so this?
Oh, sure. I don't know how they're gonna get it. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I will get you to the print department, solely printing. We do DTG printing, we do sublimation printing, we do vinyl printing. Let me show you. This is the process of a DTG printing. These are the machineries. Sorry. This is the machineries for DTG. Then you get your sublimation printing. I can show you some work from DTG. You can print any photograph picture on a t-shirt or any garment, as long as you send us the artwork. This is for vinyl printing, whether it's foil, and we can weave it and print on top of the garment. The final stages of the studio is more like, oh, we have some hotfix work as well, like this robotic machinery that creates the artwork in the hotfix and place the hotfix depending on your artwork on this paper that has a glue backing, and then you can transfer it directly into a garment by heat pressing it. These are new machines to do hotfix. It used to be more manual back then. We're getting more advanced, I guess. These are the final stages of cleaning the garment, making sure like the hand sewing, everything is tidy, and packing and shipping. And before I finish, we also do pleating, we have some hand pleating, which is you get these like specific paperwork that are like, let's say you want a 1/2 inch knife pleat. We have this pattern already made. The way it works, you open the roll of paper, you place your fabric, you cover it with another layer, and then you fold it, you steam it, and it pleats. We also have machineries that are specific for a sunburst pleating, a nice pleat. I'll show you. They're not set up right now, but let me show you that. Like this one. These are pleated machines. I'll show you how it works. It literally gets the paper with the fabric and it rolls and it pleats it. It makes it into a pleated garment, just like how the paper is pleated right now. So this is our little studio.
Big studio, Milad.
I guess. And my favorite spot in the whole place is our sample room. Let me show you our sample room.
Is that where the swatches
This
are,
is,
Milad?
yes, this is where any project starts. We get our clients to walk in here and get settled. And we have a big library of
Oh, yes. This is what I remember.
swatches that when you come with a project, I review it with you, tell me what's your idea, and I can pull up idea, like tell you how we can execute it from what we've done before, whether it's embroidery, whether it's laser cutting. Like we have like, Michelle has been in the industry for a long time now that she's done everything for everybody. So yeah, literally for everyone. So yeah, so this is actually my favorite spot here. It feels very cozy and yeah, you get inspired. So that's that. And I will move on.
The face behind the
Sorry.
voice.
Yeah.
Milad, thank you so much.
No
That
problem.
was an amazing overview.
Yeah.
I am wondering, is there any chance we could peruse some of the swatches to kind of see the techniques?
Yes, we can have a look at that.
Because part of the workshops, we love to learn about different resources that you can offer
Okay.
to our community. So we'd love to
Yeah.
look at some.
I can pull out some.
And if you're joining us virtually, please send us questions in the chat so we can ask them to Milad and Michelle.
Yeah, we can totally do a chenille embroidery, just like regular embroidery, but this is chenille. It can be done by hand-guided machineries or by digital embroidery. You know, that's patches that you see on bomber jackets usually. It's like a fuzzier, embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
We can do our own fringes, and this is tencel mixed with yarn, and we can create this from scratch here.
Wow.
Studio.
Very dramatic.
A lot of like the work that I enjoy is more like patchwork.
Okay.
Like you can recreate with the fabrics you bring me, give me an artwork, I can make it into a patchwork of. That's Elvis, right?
Yes, that's amazing.
I'm like, I hope I know my device.
You really have to see the tiny details.
Yeah.
So all these patches on the wall, did you all design those?
Some of them are from the clients that we worked with before, and they're okay with us sharing. As
That's
long
amazing.
as that client doesn't copy what they see, we're okay. Like,
Yes.
we don't want anyone to not copy. So,
Goes all the way up, everyone.
yeah. Some of there's this technique called tufting, which I really like. Let me show you.
And you said it's called what?
Tufting? You know, tufting like and always, whenever I'm looking for it, I
You can't
don't
find it.
find it.
That's okay. Thank you.
More of the passport stuff. I do notice that was during the pandemic, they had a change, and obviously fashion brands did not produce a lot. We saw more people that do home goods come to us. Like we've worked a lot with, I don't know if you know CC Barfield. We've been developing a lot like um, runners and placemats and all of that stuff. Because this industry had grown more because people cared about their houses.
Did you get anything with pillows?
Yeah, we've done that a lot. Like people are trying. Yeah, they're fixing their homes. They, staying at home, you had to like change
Yes.
the way you run your business, correct?
That's true.
You can do that some laser cut and of different elements.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Plastic, yeah.
So
And you did a lot of sequins too, from what I remember.
yes, we do have that, and we can print and sequin. If I know all my hangers, I should probably by heart.
So whenever I would look at the Marc Jacobs runway, I would always say, "Oh, I bet New York Embroidery did that," and they did.
We are very fortunate and lucky that these designers believed in us, and
What are some of the
this is again chenille that we've done. Again, any artwork can be created into a different technique.
this type of material for
This is chenille. Yeah, and again, you pick the colors you want. And you can
so the
have-
client gives us.
oh, this is tufting. Tufting
Wow.
has this like more softer feel if you touch it.
It's like a 3D kind of.
Well, it's
really soft.
the thread raising, and then it shapes it after. Like you decide what the height of the thread you want it to be, and I don't know if you can see
That it's raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on most materials. Yeah, you can literally make it patch as well. It's one of my favorite techniques. That's why I wanted to show you. I love sparkles, and something that I really enjoy is hot picks.
Oh yeah, we're curious about the
There is
hot
some
picks.
picks work.
I'm not too familiar, but I know they're shiny and pretty, and you can choose your
Yes.
colors.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's beautiful.
I love bling
Whoa.
for sure. So yeah, you can have
That's like one of our teachers.
yeah, so
Ms.
you can
Angelique,
have
that's her thing.
different. You pick the stone, you give me the artwork, I can make it
Wow.
to your
So let's say if someone wanted like a face, I see you had like a face that you can do it with this one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Everything can be recreated. I don't think there's one thing we can't do. The only thing we don't say we're like experts in is cut and sew. We try to avoid that. I think there are factories that aren't specialty in that. Can still manage to do it. If you want to go, I'll make it for you. But our specialty is anything fabric manipulation, whether it's anything that can be recreated or put together.
So we give you the fabric and you do the embroidery work. How does it work? We provide you the
We
fabric
provide the fabric
and the design.
and the design, and I can show you what swatches I think will work for it, or if you have the idea, I can follow.
Oh,
Again,
wow.
these we can recreate that on our machine embroidery or on the hand guided machine.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
Let me show some of the.
Yeah, the fabric.
I'll show you some of the. Yeah, no, it's really fun to work in this industry. Actually,
And how long
when
have
I
you
meet
been?
with the New York Embroidery Studio, I've been here since January. My background is design and more evening wear, but I think the industry should stop defining people as in like one category.
Yes.
We're all artists. We can do anything.
True.
And yeah, but I love creating, new things, and dealing with artists is amazing. Let me see. And we're gonna do some smocking. Some different smocking techniques, not like your regular smocking
And
technique.
what is that called?
Smocking,
Okay.
yeah, we have more on the other closet.
Yeah, we did
actually.
discuss that in our class also.
Again,
Everything
this is
that
a
you're
different
showing us is like
smocking.
our teachers. Yeah, she goes through it all.
We can do some quilted patchwork.
Yes.
We do quilting, so you can do it as a patchwork too. I mean, as a patch. Yeah, you guys, I mean, people should come and visit us and see what we offer. We can do some.
Oh, wow.
So you can do
Yeah, you can be
grommets
like
and-
Madonna for a minute or Lady Gaga. if you want.
And so you actually,
We
they
do
actually
the eyelets. We add the
Okay.
eyelets into
All right,
that.
Isabel.
I mean, we can do the whole thing. We
Miss
can,
Isabel, that's
Yeah.
her, that's her specialty.
so we can do that here.
That's beautiful.
When I was showing you the punch-on earlier on this like punch-on, you can do anything. It can be a stud or it can be a pearl.
And I see it's mixed.
Yeah, you can mix. Yeah, the girls here are very talented and I always say, it's not me that made it. It's literally these hardworking ladies that they really
So
work
basically,
hard.
you give them the design.
I kind of like in between the designer and the worker,
Yes,
I
yes.
kind of try to first help the designer get to where he wants
Yes.
or she or they, and translate it to the actual worker and tell them what's the expectation, what we're trying to achieve.
Yes.
Because if you only work on a project and you don't have an idea of the full look, you're not gonna achieve it.
And what are the minimum order quantities?
We don't have minimum, like you can come for one sample and I'll be happy to help
Like
you.
if you come for one sample and you bring 10 samples, the price will be the same.
No, the price is
No?
different. The higher you go, the
Oh,
It's cheaper.
wow.
yeah, vinyl printing, but like that, it can be a glitter vinyl and you can print and then we apply the hot fix on top.
That's beautiful.
I told you I love sparkles.
Yes,
What
yes.
is it was made for, do you know?
I don't recall. We do work a lot. We used to work a lot with Broadway, our costume designer, and I hope they come back. I'm hoping by September we'll have more
Yes.
Broadway
I
work.
think they're
to
gonna
do.
be back.
We've done work for I don't know if you do the show Mrs. Misa. What's it called?
The
The
mysterious.
Marvelous Mrs. Misa. We've done a
Yes.
lot of work for them for that show. Which
Now, let me ask
I'm
you, like
obsessed.
something like this, let's just say if someone is doing a decorative pillow.
Yeah.
And this could be on there,
Yeah,
like I said, one of our young ladies,
yeah.
this is her specialty.
yeah, you can definitely. I can literally create
Yes.
that as long as you give me a placement.
Yes.
The artwork. I can choose the technique that
Yes.
should.
And for example, just
Yeah.
one piece like this, how much will be if I was going to?
It
ask?
depends. I'll have to calculate how many stones I used in the garment and
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
labor.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's all about labor, stone
Materials,
material, and
How quickly you need it.
Okay, cool.
how
big is
quickly, because everybody wants it yesterday.
Yes. And just a quick question, I know you're looking there, these fur pillows, you all did these too?
Excuse me?
The fur pillows here, this, you all did?
I
this?
don't think so. I mean,
Because you all are
there's so much-
amazing, yes,
It's possible that they did it.
yes.
I always say I would love for us to make like a small little collection to show people there's never time. Like, when am I gonna do that? Yeah, let me show you some other. I think this closet is repetitive. I can open it. Sorry.
Oh,
I like
okay.
how
And
it's all
of this
organized.
is closets.
Kind of. I try to tell that I have to be more organized. More like handwork.
You would never think it's closet space
Yeah.
from the
Right.
mirrors, so that's good organization right there.
It's a
I
nice
love
surprise.
Like more like handwork with like sequins.
You know how long?
And this
you
is
know
all
Depends. I
how long
can't
it takes
remember.
to make just.
I can't tell you that because you know the girls jump from a project to another like real quick, and I like
but this is all handwork.
some of them is like this is handwork. The other one are more like machine. You can tell the difference between like the way the sequins are laid.
Now
then,
here with the glitter, as you say, the
This
I call
hot
it the
fix?
diamond stuff. Yeah, now those are, is that handwork or machine?
as I showed you the robot
Yes.
there that can place the artwork in a certain way, that is, you put the file, you transfer it into the machine, the robot, and it places it on the sheet, and then we just keep press it. We have a different machine that does, it's a laser machine that literally you see the spot and then you, with a pedal, you place your hot fix. And some work can be with like hand placed or whatever, but
So the handwork would be much more expensive than the machine.
I mean, labor is.
Yes.
Yeah. My issue with the brands is that, yes, we want to produce in New York, yes, we want to help our city, then you tell them the price, they're like, yeah. I'm like, if you really want to help us, you really want me to feed all these people,
Yes.
please understand that this is what it
And
takes.
it's the detail,
Yeah.
detail.
It's fabulous, and they're like, they deserve the best. you know?
And that's part of what they be teaching us in the marketing area with some custom collaborative.
I think the industry has to
Yes,
change a little bit
yes.
and understand that you have to pay for
Yeah.
the work, like
And
something
people
in
have to
different
understand
countries. I don't even want to know who they made work in these factories. I
Yes.
don't want to know. Don't tell me because I'm not gonna be happy.
What is that red piece there by your hand? Is that embroidered?
It's thread work, digital embroidery. You give me an artwork again, like you pick the thread together and
Beautiful.
This is amazing.
anything can be
Mhm.
recreated.
And I think as you look around, Malad, you see all of the people working here, and like New York Embroidery wouldn't be it
Yeah.
without all of the amazing
I
artisans that work
always
here,
say
right?
that. Like it's so important. Like I tell clients, it's not me. I have nothing to do with it. I literally just translate your message and try to explain to the ladies. But they're the hard workers,
Yes.
and that's here to help.
I think it's good that you give them their credit.
No, I think they should get more credit than they usually get. And yeah, I mean that's how my mother raised me, so I wanna.
Yes.
Pass it along, right?
But yeah, I wanna just make sure that people get
Oh.
like. I'm sure if I sit and wanna beat this, I'm gonna be frustrated personally. So I appreciate them doing
You
it.
trust the experts.
Yeah,
Now, what type of beads are those called?
those are two cuts and bugle. Those are bugle beads. The two cuts are like the smaller one, and then these are seed beads.
So small.
Yeah, so tiny.
Because I see them a lot.
The smaller it is, the more work,
Yes.
and the higher the price.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, let me show you other.
I love your storage space.
They're very well set
All
up.
you got to do is just clean the mirrors
Well,
and
yeah.
say Shazam.
Yeah, maybe you can show us just a couple more, and then
Yeah.
it would be great, Malad, if there's an opportunity for us to kind of go to a specialty machine and just kind of see it
See how it
in
works.
action. Yeah.
I mean, again, embroidery, and then after that, we use a bias cut work of a fabric, and then it's stitched after.
That
Again,
would be a
it's what
nice
the
pillow
design.
cover.
Yeah,
Make
it
a
could be.
cover for a pillow?
It could be. Again, the designer will have to tell us the story of what they are looking for, and then we can help achieve. Yeah.
Well, you definitely have enough for them to choose from.
Right, there's
I
so many
tell them,
options.
Just sit here for a minute. You're probably gonna change your idea. You're gonna probably
Real
find
quick, what
something
is
else.
that? Right, no, right there, look like a picture, right there.
Yes.
What is
This is DTG printing on fabric.
Oh, printing on fabric.
Actually, this is other.
So
So it's
something like
UV
that, if
printing.
they give you a picture.
Yeah, you can read. That's UV printing,
Leather.
actually, not, yeah.
Leather.
That's the machine when we were
The
all the
other
way
side,
on the
yeah.
other side.
Oh, so you have the
it
machine
prints.
for it
It prints on
And it's
leather or
actually
on
look-
metal or,
and feel like real wood.
Yeah.
It's leather.
yeah, it's leather.
Wow.
And look at this.
Yeah, and then I think on top you use like some type of vinyl
Yes.
that gives that 3D effect.
That's it.
Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we can head to a machine if you want.
Thank you so much.
No problem. What are you more interested in? Embroidery or do you want to see? Let's go back on the embroidery one.
Oh, some of those look interesting. You know, it's a little loud, so I might give it to you again.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
So the way digital embroidery work on the machine, you start by placing your artwork. We print out a picture of the artwork. We do the placement, and then we set it up with the machine. Sorry, ladies. And then you run it. You put the flash disk, flash memory where the artwork is. You connect it with the embroidery machine, and then this is how it goes. We can embroider on hats as well, not just garments. This is black on black. You're not gonna be able to see it maybe clearly, but this is the head of how an embroidery machine for a hat works. Again, let me see, show some quilting work. This is a quilted fabric being done right now. Usually the customer provides the fill and the base that they want to quilt and the artwork of the quilting. So, and this is how it runs with a double head machine, and it lays, yeah, again, these are the hardworking ladies here that make this happen. And look at this fabulous embroidery. So, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna head back to the conference
Yeah.
room. All right, Angelique, I'm gonna pass it back to you for a moment while we head back to the conference room.
Wow, that tour is amazing. There's so many different things that they can do. Anybody have questions you want to post in the chat that we can have Anthony ask our guests? Just type them in the chat.